I'm always willing to help the next person.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it is a new trainer, and because I've been there before, I've been a new trainer, and I remember being around where I'm like, dang man, it seems like I can't get to connect with nobody, you know. But if a trainer ever reached out to me and they want to learn from me, or I can pick their brain sometimes, you know, even if they knew, sometimes you can learn something. But the biggest thing is just willing to help the next person, you know, like learning how to build a mentorship. And that's what I want to be, and that's what I'm here for. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're a talented kid and say you're a seventh grader or you're an eighth grade kid, and you've been working with me for a little while and you understand how to work, you understand my terminology, you understand all that. Not bring a kid in that's in the fifth or sixth grade and they're terrible to you. What do you do?
Yeah.
A talented kid wants to lead. I just try to build them up. I try to build a basketball player. So it's
Yeah.
about I don't want to just create a role player, but be ready for your role, if that makes
Facts.
sense.
Yeah.
So like if you a kid that can get two dribbles and get to your spot and get to your pull up, I want to master your footwork and understand the details that it takes to get to those moments.
Did you know that I have two books? One called The Little Girl with Big Dreams. It's about an ambitious little girl who overcomes every no to say yes to a dream. The other is called Changing Lanes. It teaches you about the things that you learn from sport and how it translates to life after sport. Be sure to check these out at itsjustdifferentpod.com. Let's get to the episode. Welcome to It's Just Different Podcast, where we bring on people who have been where you're trying to go and or have helped countless athletes get there. Today, we got another guest, former college player, played at Fort Smith University, finished at Harding University, currently in Austin, Texas, and somebody I talk to all the time. All the time. Y'all done seen him on my stories. Y'all done seen him. But current skill enhancement trainer, been in the game for a long time, have trained your favorite players. Martinez, this is long over. Dude, if I can get you on the screen. There you go. What's
What
up?
up? What up? What's
Long
been called?
overdue.
I know it. We've been talking
What's up?
about it too long, haven't
For too long, but it's okay
we? Too
because
long. Yeah.
we here. How you living? How you doing?
Doing good, maintaining in this free world. At least they say it's free.
Right. Did you have training
Yeah,
today?
yeah, I just finished about an hour ago.
You said you just what?
I finished about an hour ago.
What was this? All group training?
A lot of just one-on-one,
Yeah.
one-on-one skill development.
I feel like I introduced you, but I think the people really need to know like who you are, what's been going on in your world, who you train, like all that good stuff. Like you gotta give us a better introduction because I was just kind of
Okay.
like he been in the game for a long time.
Well, I'm Martinez Martin. I'm originally from Lone Oak, Arkansas. I live here now in Austin, Texas. Been here for 10 years now. I've been in the skill development world for over 12 years. Certified as a skill enhancement trainer since 2011, somewhere around in there from my mentor, Michael Lancaster with Impossible Training. And now I'm affiliated with Impossible Training, but now I'm CEO and founder of Hoop Grind Daily since like 2017. And who I've trained over the years, uh, countless, probably I want to say 5 to 6 McDonald's All American kids, well over I don't know, I'm not sure how many all state kids, but
Hmm.
well over probably 80 or so college athletes
Yeah,
and several NBA and also WNBA and overseas players.
I love it. What made you like get into training?
What made me get into training, I would say really, man, I come from a basketball family and my uncles was coaches and I've been around the game, man, since I was a little kid. Like it wasn't like a thing that was just taught to me. It was just something that I just loved to do all day, 24/7. And it was also therapeutic. And a lot of things in life, you know, sometimes can just hit his head, and sometimes a basketball can be everything you need just for therapy. And I fell in love with it that way. And then once I seen my first trainer, I think it was Tim Grover
Mm-hmm.
and then Gannon Baker. You know, Tim Grover was training Michael Jordan, and other people like that. And I was just a little kid, just watching that on TV when they introduced him one time on a basketball game. And I just remember just for some reason I really engaged in and really thought about wanting to just do that, being a servant to others and helping others chase their dreams is like a passion of mine. So,
Yep. Now we gotta go back just a little bit because it's some trainers that watch this, and we jump to you training NBA players, WNBA players, McDonald Americans, but I know it ain't always been like that. So how did
right.
you get to that point?
Man, being persistent, I would say just trusting the process and believing in what I couldn't see. So having just faith the size of a mustard seed was like the biggest thing to really get to anywhere where I am today. Like I don't know success. I don't know the side of like feeling like, oh wow, I'm bigger than the next person because it's never my situation. I'm always a humble person. But the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing was just being persistent when it was the harder time. Because like I say, I moved here. I didn't know a soul here. I I practically had to just had like $300 in my pocket when I first got here. I was working a side job at Chick-fil-A, trying
Mm-hmm.
to start my business and get everything off the ground. But I remember walking in gyms and not one person know me when I go watch a high school game, but it was all about networking. But the biggest thing for me anyway was my networking was by putting in the groundwork,
All
putting
right.
in the work and just allowing people to see my work on videos and really being ready to work with one person and treating it like I got 20 already, you know.
Yep. So let's
Well, I
let's
have
talk.
five.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, whether I got 5 kids or 20 kids, 30 kids or one, everybody got to be treated the same way because it's all about development for one person.
Right. Now that's a fact. So I do want to like talk about that. Like, yes, because I agree. You got to be persistent. You got to be persistent in anything you're doing. But I want to make sure I give them like tactical type things, right? So you had got that one person you talked about, like you're going to gym, nobody knew who you was. If they don't know who you are,
Hmm.
they not gonna want to train with you. So like how did you even get to that? Like to get to that one person, to that fifth person, to that 10th person, then to that,
Um,
you know.
so starting out, it would have to really start back like when I first was starting back home in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
What I did was I created my own little brochures. I connected with a couple of community centers. I went back to my hometown at the time and got connected with some of my old coaches. But what I told them was, if I can, if you allow me just to be able to work in the community center, I will work in the community center. And I do janitor work. I'm washing floors, washing windows, putting
Mm-hmm.
down the lines for a soccer field just so I can use the gym. And what I did was create my brochures, and then I would go around. I didn't know if it was legal or not, and I just put them on cars. And that started me off. I got my first kid. Once the parents seen how I would develop and everything, one kid turned into two, two
Mm-hmm.
turned into three. But my marketing has always been word of mouth,
Yeah.
a lot of based off character values, how how personable am I with the kids. So being that I understand the kid, whether it's one kid at the very start, is I learn to be personable and understand who the kid is so that I can gain their trust. And once I gain that trust, it's a lot easier for me to be able to develop with them. So the starting off though, it was a lot of brochures being made, business cards. But if I see an AAU coach or anything like that, I may slide them and just talk to them a little bit and just let them know what I do. But for the most part, I may just tell them I'm a fan of your program. I just enjoy watching you. As time go, I just build connection and build rapport with people. And once they do see me, sometimes they may even ask, like, man, I didn't know you trained. Sometimes
Right.
that's how I enjoy doing it that way. Is just off of faith, just literally from a talented kid to a kid that needs to develop a little more has always been literally faith driven and someone calling me and reaching out for the most part. But I'm just always making sure that I'm prepared and ready. That's
Yep.
my main thing. Be prepared and ready for whoever's coming.
Yes, the work is the work. That's what I hear. Like
Work is the work.
the work is the work. You gotta get out and just work.
Yes.
Like I also think like, and we're gonna get to that in a minute, but everybody is a trainer now. Like everybody is a
Oh
trainer,
man,
and like a lot of people think like,
everybody.
yeah, and then I mean, former play, like everybody's a trainer, but some people think that like, oh, just because I played, I'm gonna get all these clients, or just because I know
Hmm.
this person, I'm gonna get all these clients, and like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, you gotta work and you gotta show results.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
You gotta
Right.
show results. So like with it being so many trainers, every single somebody popping up every single day, like what makes you different? What makes your business different? What make you in general different? What makes the company different than anybody else?
I would say what makes mine different really is from we'll say skill side first is really detail oriented on everything of understanding body postures and understanding where your feet may have to be or shoulder placements on certain things and movements within the game. Like picture taking moments of understanding how your posture should be in that moment or
Mm-hmm.
understanding how to finish around the rim, but different ways around the rim when need be, you know. So understanding how to work on details, creating detailed habits and not just habits and creating bad habits just to work hard. So it's like a patient grind for us, you know. And I'll say another way that I would say I feel like that we separated is I'm always willing to help the next person.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it is a new trainer, and because I've been there before, I've been a new trainer, and I remember being around where I'm like, dang man, it seems like I can't get to connect with nobody, you know. But if a trainer ever reached out to me and they want to learn from me, or I can pick their brain sometimes, you know, even if they're new, sometimes you can learn something. But the biggest thing is just willing to help the next person, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
learning how to build a mentorship, and that's what I want to be, and that's what I'm here for, is to learn and create others and create the proper ways we can go about developing kids as well as mentoring the trainers on how to run their own business. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because at the end of the day, you can't undercut others. You can't be here negatively in no kind of ways because all it's gonna do is shorten you. At the end of the day, your character is everything. So, character is everything that stands out to me, and being personable with our clients and understanding the wants and needs of what they may need, but as
Right.
well as continue to build them and develop them in any kind of way, chasing a dream and not a role.
Yeah. And like you really do like live by everything you have said. Like we've known each other for a while, but like I feel like
Mhm.
really got to know each other. I guess what maybe like over the last 2 years or so,
Yeah,
and
two,
like
three, somewhere
yeah,
around there.
last 2 or 3 years, and before that, just because I've never like I've only seen your work on social
Hmm.
media, right? So
Right,
like at first, like even me being honest, like I'll be like, like I don't know if a younger
right.
kid should really be doing
Yeah,
that or like whatever. And like actually seeing you work, like being in the presence, like I would come ask you questions like, okay, what is this?
right.
So I can get an understanding. And like I love it. Like and now I even
Hmm.
understand like,
Yeah,
like I'll see your workouts and like you'll tell me all the time, like I don't care about the age. Like a third
yeah.
grader can work
No,
with
I'm
a
about to
sixth
pay.
grade, like right? Where me, I would be like, I don't know until I seen it, and it makes
Right.
sense. Like the way
Yeah,
you break down things, the way you what you have them doing, like it really don't
because
matter.
yeah, I appreciate that because, and then that's another thing is I think we talked about this a while ago is that the big thing I feel like that can be built with kids is learning leadership roles. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're a talented kid and say you're a seventh grader or you're an eighth grade kid and you've been working with me for a little while and you understand how to work, you understand my terminology, you understand all that. Not bring a kid in that's in the fifth or sixth grade and they're terrible to you, what do you do?
Yeah.
A talented kid wants to lead. They want to help the kid, right? Because I lead by example as well as I want the kids to lead by example. So
Right.
sometimes I may not say anything at times, but I may be on a kid that may know a little bit. Like, why you not teaching them? Why you not
Right.
helping them? Because it's all about as humans, man. We got to help each other, you know, in every form. So if we're on the basketball court and we're training and we're working, and you know you're getting the footwork right, but this kid is struggling and you're right there and you're helping and your teammates with him, help them, teach them a little bit, right? It teaches leadership. It teaches those things that they have to learn, those intangibles that they have to learn as they get older. Like, do
Mm-hmm.
you want to create leaders or do we just want to create selfish players? They just
Right.
got talent and just feel like they deserve to be someone. Nobody deserves nothing. We got to earn it, right? But the biggest thing is like leadership, learning how to teach others, not just from trainers, but also players. If you learn something, you can always help somebody else.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And like
Self
you done
confidence.
literally had like professional players like working out with eighth graders, working out with ninth graders. Like I done seen DJ like he hopping
Yeah,
in the workout with whoever there.
that's true story. Like I won't let the groups get too big. You know, I know
Mhm.
when I'm supposed to do a one on one with one of my pro players. But sometimes it's good even for the younger kids to be able to see that.
See what the work
Sometimes
look like.
yeah, you can't keep them from that. Sometimes that inspires them a
Yep.
lot. I
Yep.
mean, I did it a million times over with Greg Brown a million times when he was in high school, and I would say probably just a million times over like when Greg was in high school. Greg Brown, like he'll be in the gym sometimes where he may call me or his dad may call like you in the gym. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the gym. They wouldn't ask who's in there. I may have some
Mm.
6 or 7 grade kids in there, but he gonna come. He just gonna lace up. He gonna jump right into work. And but that's called leading by example. But also, if you're learning from somebody, it don't matter who's in the gym because you there
Mhm.
for you to learn whatever you want to learn from that trainer, not so the kids is in the gym. Because if you start sulking and feel like you can't be in the gym with other kids, what makes you better than somebody else in this world? Like,
Mm.
if you're that much better, we should be teaching. You should be helping them, not looking at them like, man, I'm in the gym with these kids for real.
Yeah.
Like what is it? I don't think it's about that all the time. At times, yeah, I'll text my all my like my elite kids and we'll get in the gym together. There comes a
Mhm.
time and place for it all. Like I definitely do that also. But sometimes if it's not that way, nothing wrong with leading by example and helping others.
Right. Nah, that's dope. That's dope. I want to stay on that. Just kind of going into the kids. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like there's a lot of trainers now. And at the end of the
Mhm.
day, there's a lot of parents that's just confused. Like these parents, I think the conversation used to be, and it's still a little bit of the conversation, but it used to be like the parents don't want to invest, right? I think
Right.
for the most part, parents are trying to invest in their kids, but
Most definitely.
they don't know who to train with. They don't know who to listen to. Like you got
Right.
one trainer or one coach saying that the kid need to work on this, that the kid should be working on
Mhm.
this. So like for you, like I don't even really know my question. I guess like how do you break down what kids should be working on, what they should be focusing on? Is it by grade? Is
Uh,
it by level? What does that look
no.
like for you?
Honestly, it's not even about what they should be working on. They got to work on everything. It's to me, it's about what I want to focus on for the day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I know I got a kid in and I know we're gonna work for a while, like, workout after workouts, I just try to build them up. I try to build a basketball player. So it's
Yeah.
about like I don't want to just create a role player, but be ready for your role, if that makes
Facts.
sense.
Yeah.
So like if you a kid that can get 2 dribbles and get to your spot and get to your pull up, I want to master your footwork and understand the details that it takes to get to those moments. But if I also got to teach you how to finish around the rim around a bigger guard. But at times you may have to have a touch floater. So to me, things is about developing everything. Like don't build a person to be one solely one thing, because then they just gonna get caught up and get stuck. But yeah, don't be one dimensional, because at the end of
Can
the
I can
day,
I can I
you
can I stop you right there? Can I stop
yeah.
you? Okay, I don't mean to interrupt. But I gotta say this. Cause when you say like don't be one dimensional, my mind goes to this is just me. My mind goes to like don't don't be just good at one thing. That's kind of where my mind went. And maybe that ain't what you're
Mm.
talking about. But do you not think that kids should like hone in and focus on that like one thing? You don't think that?
No, it's when I say one dimensional, yeah, I mean don't be one dimensional, but don't fall into just role as in the sense of when you get better. When you're
Okay.
working on your game, when
Got
you're
you.
working on your game, you can't solely just focus on being one dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're developing yourself and you know what you're good at, you know what you're bad at by the time season comes around. So now when you hit season, if you can't shoot, why are we shooting threes? You know you can get to the rim and go finish. Or if you know you got a mid-range jump shot, shoot your mid-range jump shot. But when it comes to like your development with someone, you can't be one dimensional, especially like in the off season.
Yeah.
The off season, the summertime grind, you definitely gotta add to your tools, but also make sure everything's getting better and better. Like everything needs to get better.
Right.
Everything. Because at the end of the day, if you keep developing your skill set, what happens is when that role is needed for you to be a spot up shooter on that driving kick, you're gonna knock it down. When your role is to be a slasher, you're gonna be able to be a slasher. When your
Mm-hmm.
role is to understand how to get to the rim, you're gonna be able to get to the rim. You know, if I need to drive and kick, you're gonna understand how to drive and kick now. Now you can pass better. You know,
Mhm.
it's not about shooting. It's not always just about finishing and scoring. Sometimes you gotta understand how to get to that pocket pass, understand how to get to that gap and kick to the other person. But all those things have to be developed. Like we can't ignore certain things, especially like I said, I'm here for the kid, not the coaches, but I'm always helping the coaches. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I never overstep a boundary of a coach. I can understand and watch a film or look at a huddle account or look at the highlights or go to a game and see what the coaches are doing and see the intel like, okay, these are your gaps, these are your spots that you need to get to within this offense. You can always help kids that way because I'll never teach a kid how to be selfish. That's just not my MO. You know, I just don't do that. But the biggest thing is understanding like when that kid comes to you and they say they wanna play college basketball or they wanna do this and that. Now it's the focus has to turn into how do I develop this kid for you know? Like I don't want you to just hand out. If you say you got a dream of playing overseas or something, let's figure it out.
Right.
But you know, you may peak in college. It may not be that dream, but we gonna chase it. We can chase it, but we have to map out the proper ways of how to develop you. Like I can't just have you just boom, shot, 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 shots. Okay. If you can shoot lights out, and I know every time we go spot for spot, you hitting 10 for 10, I think we need to work on something else because I
Right.
guarantee you probably can't put the ball on the ground. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that can't put the ball on the ground but can knock down an open shot. There's a lot of people that can knock down an open shot but can't put the ball on the ground. So why aren't we focusing on solely those things, you know? So
Mhm.
we got to focus on the whole thing, but you just got to map it out the proper way. You don't do it every workout. But like
Mhm.
I said, it's a patient grind that you got to have. You got to have a patient grind. You can't go into a development, say in a workout. All right, I'm gonna work on shooting, finishing, step back, jump shots, all this in one workout. Just because a kid
Yeah.
worked hard and sweated does not mean they got better. Like, get the details. It's the details within the details that you gotta focus on every to me to hold a kid accountable. It's accountability that has to be had. You know,
Right.
we can't just fast forward through a workout and just say, all right, we're good. Yeah, some players probably can do that. But this day and age, these kids are not built that way through
Right.
and through in
Yep.
general. Like
Yep.
every kid is not the same.
That's a fact. Now, I said earlier that there are some parents that they invest in. Now, on the flip side, there are also some parents that think like one person is supposed to do everything, right? I believe that your trainer serves a purpose, your high school coach serves a purpose, your AAU coach serves a purpose, the
Yeah,
parent serves a purpose, the kids serve a purpose. Like it's a whole
yeah,
village, right? Like
yeah.
how can like I think the parents think like, okay, a kid play AAU, the AAU coach should be helping that kid get better. You know, yeah, you're gonna get better in AAU, but like it's only so many things that you can work on. So
Right.
like
The
how can we make that better with AAU coach to trainer and with parents understanding that like this is an investment. You gotta pay for training. You gotta pay for the AAU.
right.
Like those are two
I
separate
know.
things.
Right, and I know for the most part, I don't know AAU coaches I'm not cool with, or nothing like that. I know I'm pretty cool with everybody, but I think sometimes where things can happen is like people think of as a basketball trainer that we supposed to teach X's and O's as well. If you're a skilled trainer, I think you're supposed to work on skill enhancement,
Mm,
the footwork and the details within everything that you're working on for the coach to have that player be prepared for those moments, right?
mm-hmm.
So I don't understand the need of a skill development trainer. Not saying I wouldn't help a kid or anything like that, but I've had several kids come to me and like, can you teach me how to break a press? And
uh
I'm like, hold on now, what your coach is doing? Like, where your coach at? Like, y'all
Cause it
don't,
ain't me.
yeah, you don't know how to fake a pass, make a pass, flash through the middle. Yeah, hold on. Now I'm out here coaching you. Now you over here got me thinking like, what I'm supposed to just create an AAU team now? Like, what we doing? Like, you taking me out of what I'm supposed to be helping you with now. You know, like I get it, but at the end of the day, I didn't say I'm Coach Martinez. I'm Martinez skill development coach. I'm trying to
Yeah.
create you help with the skills on these things, you know. So that's the thing. Sometimes I feel they get mixed in sometimes with a trainer and coaches, and sometimes trainers will work they tail off to do those parts as well. But now you missing what you really want to do with those kids and help them with. Like that's not fair for the trainer. It's not okay for the coaches, you know. But if the coach needs, like, man, my kid not finishing well, he's not physical getting to the rim. Those are the things I need to work on with them. You know,
Yeah,
those are the things that I can help you with. But X's and O's of, can you teach my baby how to deny the wing or how to get
ma'am.
on help
No,
side?
the
Hold on,
answer is no.
you don't know how to force his kid going baseline. Like, wait a minute, like, what? Now I got to be out here doing what? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Please
I get
stop.
it, but like, if I'm in the AAU practice, I'm gonna help you that way.
But
But
that's the thing,
but
though, and
even if
it's
I,
that's it though. But that's like where I'm like, that's funny. You funny, ma'am. No, I'm not doing it. I don't know. No, that ain't what you
no,
paying
leave
me
it alone.
for.
That's crazy. If you pay me for this, I'm finna. I bet. Say less. I got some stuff for you. Ooh, you finna be mad because that kid finna be underdeveloped. Boy,
But like, and that's the thing though, because like I hear a lot just from the AAU side of like where parents are like, my kid didn't get better. Okay, what didn't they get better at? And I'm not like when you're doing AAU,
nah,
you should get better, right? Like you should. But AAU, one, most people are practicing an hour and a half, 2 hours max, 2 hours max with a full team. Like that ain't the time to be doing all the skill
but
training.
also though, you gotta understand is, I know me personally, I came from an era where AAU basketball was something serious, where you had to earn the rights to be playing travel ball. That's what
Oh,
they had
everybody in
MAYB
AAU
for.
now.
Exactly. That's what they had MAYB for. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It wasn't nothing against MAYB or nothing. But AAU, I can remember fifth grade me playing basketball on a circuit, and everybody knew how to play. Everybody knew how
Mm-hmm.
to get in a triple threat. Everybody knew how to deny the wing. And guess what? We didn't grow up with trainers.
Mm-hmm.
Those was coaches teaching us those things, you know. But everybody could play. Everybody had a skill. It wasn't just for, like, because now you know you. It's a little more watered down to where you got kids that don't understand those little small things. It's like what we doing in AAU right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get in the gym. You got to work on a lot of things right now
Yep.
because I think it's more stressful that way. You know, like when you add kids that way. But you know, also it's not a lot of your cut. You can't play right now. You know, like
Everybody
it's not
making a
enough of that.
team.
Yeah, it's not enough of that in AAU. To me, you know, like I gotta tell the kid they're not good enough yet. And if the kid really is passionate about basketball, if you get told no to something at a young age, man, I hope that it will make you want to just get in the gym more and get better and prove it. Go right back to that tryout. Don't go find somewhere to play. I
Yeah.
get back in the gym, and if that's who I want to play for, I'm gonna earn it. I'm gonna earn it. I'm gonna play for them come next year. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
get into skill work, especially if you're seventh, eighth grade. You know, like you're not missing nothing on a travel team if you don't have a skill. Like
Oh, that's a bar. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like
you
so many
not
people
missing
want to
nothing.
travel. You got third, fourth
Yeah.
graders. Oh, I'm on a travel team. Sir, make a layup, ma'am. Dribble with your
Uh,
left hand first.
we finna go 15 minutes down the road and play some boys and girls club basketball with my mama playing with me. I'm not travel.
They trying
Yeah,
to go to
look, all right.
Chicago in the fourth grade.
Nah, I mean, if
Like,
they cold, if you good, I would love to see the third and fourth grade tournament, you know, but I don't want to go out here and see no bitty basketball where we padding and picking up and everything, you know, like let's just keep working on our skill set. What's wrong with that?
that's a fact. That's a fact.
You gotta, but also, you know, when you say like if a parent saying the kid ain't get better, well, they talk about a trainer or a coach. There's no accountability for the kid.
None.
You know, we gotta
None.
have accountability to where whether they're with me or anyone training, they got to put forth the effort and put time in on their own. That's where you get better at. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just a time what you learn from me or someone else. It's really a matter of what are you learning from the tools that you get, and then are you taking advantage of it by using those tools at home? You
Mm-hmm.
don't need a basketball goal to work on your shot. You don't need this to work on. You don't need a basketball court to work on dribbling. There's so many things of nature. Just go outside,
Yep.
work on your form. It's simple. Do you really love it? Do you
Yep.
love basketball or do you want to do it because your friends are doing it? Like you got to ask that. Like I love basketball. I loved it from a little kid all the way up. It was no. I don't went to a gym before where the goals weren't down, and I was still in the gym. I got a whole hour and a half workout by myself, ball handling, and I got the spots and acted like I was shooting it. The rims weren't even down.
People ain't
I
doing
know.
that. They not.
No, I ain't doing that.
They not
But
doing that.
you gotta have some type of visual. You gotta be visionary to see your dreams. Like you gotta be able to see it. Other than that, you ain't trying to create nothing for yourself. Then what we doing?
And that's the
You gotta
thing, like
create
that's
something.
that's the biggest difference. Like I normally start the podcast asking what's different. That is like what's different. Like we going to the rec. We'll go in the gym and shoot. Like
Mhm.
I'm playing one on one with myself. Like and it's
Man,
crazy. You still do it. Like I
I
still
was,
do that. If I'm walking around, I'm still just I'm a
mhm.
Euro.
I was North Carolina versus Duke my whole life. I played for North Carolina my whole life. Shoot, I did that my whole life. Like
Like that's it.
they ain't,
Like
there ain't no more of that,
nah.
But I can't knock the kids or nothing, but somewhere down the line, there's got to be some accountability for all of us, but also the kids. Like they want to put accountability on the coach, they want to put accountability on the trainer. Let's put accountability on everybody. Like everybody got
Fact.
to get it.
Yeah.
Everybody. I know I'm always hold myself accountable. I
Yeah.
get frustrated with myself even if it ain't my fault. I'm gonna still take ownership in it, and I'm like, dang, like how can I get them better with certain things, But
Mm-hmm.
and I know for a fact certain kids that when I train them, when they come back, I'm like, they ain't worked on nothing that we did last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Mm-hmm.
shows that I can tell. I know those things. Like I'm not
Yeah.
slow.
Yep.
I
And
see it.
I
So
do think at the end of the day, like we could talk to parents, we could talk to kids, but the other problem is, like I already said, like AAU director, AAU coach, and trainer. Like I just really wish people would work together. I really
that's it. You just got to
nobody
build
wants to.
camaraderie and work together. That's all it is.
It's all
I'm an
that's all
open,
it is.
I'm an open book. Like, man, look, I get in the gym, I work, I go home. I don't even, you know me. I don't be out here politicking or nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just want to help somebody. And if I help one, I help them. I help somebody for the day, and it makes me feel good. But I wish it was just more positivity with everybody of just being when they know they're helping others. Like we all need to come together and be able to support each other on the side of that. Like it ain't about no egos and pride. Like you gotta throw that stuff away when you're dealing with kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have that because you can't have that because they lean into that too and they become whoever you are. You know,
Yeah.
you always gotta lead by example as adults. So whether we're in AAU basketball together and it's the coaches, the trainers, and the parents, we're all adults. But if we carry ourselves together and make sure we know how to work on these things together and be positive, even if it is an issue, it helps with the kids because the kids pay attention to everything.
Yeah.
You'll have kids running around talking about you behind your back and they don't even know nothing about you. You ain't even grown enough to talk about me.
Did you know that I have two books? One called The Little Girl with Big Dreams. It's about an ambitious little girl who overcomes every no to say yes to a dream. The other is called Changing Lanes. It teaches you about the things that you learn from sport and how it translates to life after sport. Be sure to check these out at itsjustdifferentpod.com. Let's get to the episode. Like what? You got all this to say and you ain't even experienced nothing.
Yeah, man, I had kids tell me about some coaches. I'd be like, dang, that's crazy. Like, how do you even know to say that? Like, I didn't even know you even understood that part. But I mean, we just gotta watch what we do around the kids. We gotta watch what we say around the kids and make sure the focus is on the kids as well of
Mm-hmm.
developing and helping them get to the next level if they want to. Some kids may not even want to do that. Some kids may just want to make their varsity teams, and they happy with that. Or they
Yes.
just want to be part of a travel team. Shit, some of them might not even want to play, they just want to be part
Yes.
of it. But I just think the biggest thing is just really learning how to help each other and figure out what they want. Like
Yes.
really, really take time out with these kids and understand like some of your talented kids that's real good may not even want to play basketball.
Yep.
Some of them may want to just be a veterinarian or something, but they may not know that they can really go chase that dream. You
And that's
know,
what I love
it's got to be
about
bigger than what we are.
that's what I love about honestly, like for real, that's what I love about like just watching you like work. Like I've been in
Hmm.
the gym multiple times and you have a variety of kids like in different classes. Like it's some kids
Yep.
that basketball
You know,
might not be their thing, but you make them feel like, and it ain't like just like lying to them. Like it's just building their confidence.
nah,
It's like take it like basically starting with them where they at and like working with them that like I've
yeah.
seen you have conversations after training
Hmm.
sessions, just natural conversations that ain't even got nothing to do about basketball. And to me, that's what basketball is supposed to be. Like people like
Yeah.
make it too deep. Like for the ones
Yep.
that want to go to the league, that want to do this, yeah, we gonna do that. But it's also some kids that play sports
All day.
that's just not what. And it
I'm
took
not.
me a minute to like get to that. Like with
Yeah.
AAU, go ahead.
I just know I can never ignore a kid.
Yeah,
I can never ignore a kid. Like never. Like I can imagine that even happening to me if I were coming up and people just ignore me if I wasn't talented. You know,
right.
like I couldn't imagine that. But I just feel like everybody got some type of talent. Like
Yep.
it just may not be what the other person is. But because of labels, we just look at people like they're not capable of doing anything because we want to label everybody by putting them in certain boxes instead of just helping somebody. Like just help them.
Yep.
They want to learn how to finish a layup. They may not be able to do that layup the same way that the other person did, but guess what? I'm gonna put them in this group, and there's gonna be five elite kids in here that's going Division 1, and there's gonna be five kids in here that can't even play a lick of basketball yet. And those five kids are best. They're gonna lead those kids by example, and they're gonna feel welcome the whole time. They're gonna be comfortable in the workout the whole time. They're not gonna feel discouraged. They're gonna feel challenged. They're gonna get frustrated, but also they're gonna get picked up by those other kids.
Yep.
It's it's the morale of the gym. It's the energy in the gym. Like you got to create that. The coaches have to create that when in the environment when they get in the gym with them, as well as the trainers if they get in the gym with their trainers or with whoever they're with. They got to create the environment to make them understand that like there ain't no egos, there ain't no arrogance in this gym. I can
Hmm.
always bring somebody in here that can cook you, regardless if you think you that talented. I know one. I got one for you. And I got another one for you, but it ain't about that. It's just
Right.
about how do we get to the next thing? And that's keep building. Let's just keep building up. Keep building. Like there ain't no competitive thing in here of trying to compete with the next person. Like I'm
No.
not here for that. I'm not here to compete with and that's for any trainers that's trying to come up. Don't
Yeah.
look at other people's pages and try to compare yourself or want to compete. It ain't about competing. It's about knowing your lane, staying in your lane, and just keep on perfecting your craft. That's all you got to keep doing. Be a
Hmm.
student of the game and keep helping others being a servant. And as soon as you fall victim to not want to be a servant to others, that's when God takes it away.
Oh.
And because as much as we've seen a lot of trainers come out today, I also seen a lot of trainers that I don't see anymore. But it can't be about the money. It can't be about no fame or popularity or social media likes and followers. It's literally got to be about you being a servant. As soon as you lose, you want to be a servant. That's when everything else goes left. So, best thing to do is be a servant. Be a servant. Be a servant. Be a servant.
I love it. I love it. I love all that. You really talking. Like you really talking.
Hey, we here.
You talking, you talking. Where do you train at currently? You in Austin. Where do you train at?
Yeah. So I'm over at the new location of second location of House of Games is out of off of Palmer Lane and Tech Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, just opened up on November 1st. Nice gym,
I need to
everything
get
ready
out
to
there.
go in there. You gotta come check it out.
Yeah,
Got to get out there.
I need to get out there now. And we don't just talked about a lot of different things, jumped all the way around. But I also, like I said, I want to make sure that we are giving as much information to the trainers, giving as much information to the parents, to the kids. Like they need to
Hmm.
know. And I think that you one got a dope story, which is why you're on the podcast. But you got a dope story that I think like people just need to know about. Like from again, like you said, when you first started to building that up, coming to Austin, to training professional players. Like, and I think personally, just because I know you, just from gyms, like understanding, like, okay, I'm at this location and this might happen. I'm at this location. Like, how have you, even if
Hmm.
you want to go into that, but like, how have you been able to keep going with that, keep clients throughout that? Like, what have that looked like for you?
I would say literally from the last situations and everything, the biggest thing is what I've learned is literally something that we all probably been taught by being able to have grown-ups in our lives as child, and that's called morals and
Yeah.
values and your character, really. Because without the morals, values, and character, Lord knows I could have easily sunk and gave up. Because of morals, values, and character and my faith, that's what keeps you afloat whenever you hit adversity through anything that you're dealing with these gyms, or you
Mm-hmm.
lose a spot or you lose clients. You got to be okay with that stuff, because you're going to harp on that stuff and you're going to keep harping, and all you're going to do is just keep building up more and more anxiety and frustration for yourself. But the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing is, man, you got to find positivity within. And through my journey on a personal scale of from losing my mother at a young age and dealing with a lot of deaths in family at younger ages, is the biggest thing that uplifted me was understanding that it's part of your journeys. It's
Mm-hmm.
part of your chapters. Everything that we're doing is part of what our book is telling. So each chapter builds you. It doesn't create the chapter to tear you down. It's just another chapter to tell somebody else how you uplifted yourself through this hardest time. Every time can be a hard time, but sometimes you got to find a positive between, but like within it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it may be hard to do that, and you're gonna fall at times and be frustrated, but you got to uplift yourself. You got to figure it out. But God got you. You got to stay on your due diligence of understanding that. But I think the biggest thing that helps me through times if I do lose a gym or anything like that is trusting in the man, but also understanding that I have built up things with my parents that sometimes they'll look out for you too. They'll make
Mm-hmm.
sure you good, but you can't treat people like just a service. Like, all right, hours up. All right, y'all take care.
Yeah.
You got to treat everybody. Me personally, man, I can't help but to treat each client like family. You know, like I moved here 10 years ago without knowing a soul, so I gotta build family somehow. If my family be back home, so
Mm-hmm.
strangers become family sometimes, and I just think it's all about building that camaraderie with anybody that you're around.
Yep.
And you got to do that though if you wanna keep your head afloat in all these gyms and trying to tell yourself, man, one day I'm gonna have this, one day I'm gonna have that. You can say that all you want, but you got to put them feet on that ground. You got to keep on stepping, keep grinding though.
Yeah.
You got to stay persistent, but that positivity got to help you though. That's what
That's
helped me.
dope. That's dope. That's dope. Nah, that's real dope because like I said, again, like it's hard. It's hard being a trainer. It's hard being in the basketball industry. Like
X.
it's very hard. Gym space is limited to none. So it's
Mhm.
like always like trying to find that. Like that's very hard. Now, what you training for a while? Have you ever wanted to coach?
Nope.
That's an easy
No.
answer.
No.
Come on,
No.
Coach
I've
Martinez.
had no. I've had moments where I'm just like, man, I wouldn't mind like coaching a little team, but man, that thing there.
It's
Y'all
a
a
different
different type of animal out there on the AAU circuit. I don't know. Y'all have to see a different side of me. I don't want that stress.
listen.
That thing, that thing's stressful. So,
Listen.
well, I mean, I would enjoy it, but I would have to still be behind the scenes. I like being behind the scenes, so that's why I don't ever want to coach. Like I like being able to be personable and be able to just watch the games and let them know I'm there. Like I'm big bro, I'm you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just here to support you. And we're gonna keep on grinding, we're gonna keep guiding and guiding and guiding and going like that. But like coaching wise, that's when you gotta deal with the parents on a different level. You don't know what you're gonna get out your kids at different times and different tournaments. It's so many things. Like it's
You
like,
got to
ooh,
deal
no, no,
with the
no.
other coaches. Who
Yeah,
child?
yeah, I can't.
You
Oh, I can't do it. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at nobody looking at me and shaking my hand and then doing me dirty. Like, You can get that done and training and everything else, but
Bruh
man, coaching
will literally come speak to you and tell you how you're doing a great job. And don't get me started.
out of
Don't even
out
get
of
me started.
there. That's wild.
So no Coach
That's
Martinez on the AAU scene.
no, 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 no. I get my bro. I get Rob. Rob on the coach. Rob will
He want
help
to
coach.
coach?
Yeah, Rob will coach,
He gonna
and
put his
I'll be
foot.
right
He
there
gonna
with
put
him.
his foot in there, and
Look,
he gonna come right on back to the
look,
trainer side.
if Rob want to coach, I'll be right there behind him, like as an assistant. I'll be his assistant coach or somebody that's posted up on the sideline.
Listen,
Now, get him with a put
you
me.
gonna be done told Rob, nah, this ain't it. We going back to this ain't it.
Don't get back in that gym. Don't get back in that gym. Nah, man,
That's
you
funny.
gotta have a different. I just think, man, you gotta. It's sort of like being a point guard or something. Like point guard is in you.
Yeah.
Like want to be a PG is in you. Want to be a coach is in you. Like it's like how passionate I am as a trainer. Like I am not lying when I say I've been doing this for since I was a little kid of like literally training people and all that type of stuff since I was literally in the eighth grade. Like I really love this. Just like you can meet a kid that always wanted to be a coach.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a basketball trainer,
Not a coach.
not coaching.
Yeah,
No,
that coaching is a different
I don't even
animal.
like. I don't even like even coaching at basketball camps with small kids. I get a phobia. I get nervous. Like,
Yeah.
oh Lord Jesus. Oh, here we go. But I've coached. I've been a GA. I've coached some good talented kids, and everybody loved me as a coach. Everybody thought I was a real good coach. They really want me to coach, but I don't know.
That
I might need to do it. I might need to do it just off the simple fact I keep getting nervous about it.
yeah, challenge
Sometimes
yourself.
when it's yeah, sometimes when it's nervous, so you might need to see. I might do it for 3 days.
You gon' yeah. You know, you can do
Uh,
it for a few days, a few weeks. It's gonna be good. Everybody gonna love you. Everybody gonna tell you how you doing a good job. Stay in it a little bit longer, and you
yeah,
gonna
but see, but then they gonna be mad at me because when I flip and do it how they doing, they gonna really hate me.
mm,
Like, you gonna hate me. So I don't want that. I love everybody. Hey, I love y'all.
see
Everybody. I love
everybody.
everybody.
Now you
I
get
just
to
want
coaching.
peace, man.
No matter how much you love them, you gonna hear that you don't love them. You don't care for them.
Oh Lord.
Let me get off of that. But your eyes went up when I said to AU. What do you think is the what do
Ooh.
you think is the stop?
All right, I'm done.
What do you think is the biggest issue in AAU basketball?
Hmm. Man, oh, it's a lot of tournaments.
Yeah,
But I just don't know which tournaments is the ones to be in.
yeah.
And I think it's a lot of ranking camps. Too many ranking camps. Too many this is just opinions too, but it ain't nothing too deep. But what's missing in AAU? I think a lot of I think it's just need to be a lot of A teams and A team only the age group. No
Mm.
more A, B, and C's and all that in age groups. I think we just have too many teams under programs. Like
But how do you do that if, like, let's say with you for training, you got, like we just talked about, you got some kids that want to go play at the next level. You got some kids that just want to make they varsity. You got some kids that just doing it for fun. So like AAU, if we just say only 8 teams, what about these other kids that want to play
it's
but
called MAYB.
okay. Okay, so
Let's clean up AAU. AAU
now
was for eight. That's
you
what I was
right.
saying. That's how
You
AAU
right.
was though. It was for your A teams.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't for B teams. My Arkansas Wings that I played for, shoot, them trials had 85 kids there. Only 12 teams made 12 players made it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it wasn't none of that. It wasn't no, all right, hey, we got a B team for you. You can make your high school team by working on skill development. You know,
Right.
get in the gym with somebody and just work on your skill. But to to think it's gonna develop in some kind of way off the street of jumping in, what team you gonna make if you can't play already? and you don't
If
understand X's and O's or skill work, and you go just run around on a circuit or somewhere and just run up and down the court.
right.
What's
That's
going?
true, and I
You just
guess
gonna be
that's where I
tired.
feel like. So I do think, and I say AAU just because AAU is just a word that's used, right? Like AAU.
Mhm.
I do think that there should be levels. Like, let's say you got, I mean, we're gonna use the terminology. You got the travel team, you got the national team. Everybody got a national team. You got the national team, you got the regional team, whatever. I just think that you can have those levels, but those teams have to play in those tournaments. Like, you shouldn't have
Yeah,
no team. You got a bunch of kids that didn't even make their varsity, but they playing on the AAU travel team and traveling all across the country. That don't make sense.
I just wouldn't want to travel. I would just want to get in the gym. I want to get in the gym and get better. God blessed me to be able to be a talented kid, but God also made sure I was working.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't wait for summertime, even though I was playing AAU. I couldn't wait for summer just to get in the gym and be in the gym by myself and just working on my game all summer.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been on no vacation when I was a kid. It wasn't about none of that. Like my vacation was being excited that I can get in the gym and not be bothered all day, and I'm just gonna work on my game. And that
Yeah.
was so fun to me. But I wanted to show how good I got from this summer to the next summer. But you got to have a work ethic of wanting to get better first. I feel like before you want to try to just get on travel team. Like I'm not sorry, I'm not trying to knock people, but it's just like man, let's keep working. Let's just keep getting better first.
Right.
You got to get better.
That's a fact. Now, what do you think is what do you think is good about AAU? What are some of the bright moments of AAU? What are some of the things that you see and it's just like, oh, that's dope or that's a good thing for AAU?
Being able to see the circuits, being able to see the competitive side of it. Like when you see the talents are competing against each other, it make you reminisce and miss it. Like, hey, I remember these times. Like when you get to see the head up matchups of this talented kid versus
Yeah.
this talented kid, and the beauty of just watching all the coaches in the gym. Like I love that part of AAU. Like I love even to this day when I go to an AAU tournament, if it's a big tournament or something, I walk in and I just see the coaches around the courts. You know people that they really out here competing, they fighting to just try to earn one scholarship. I still like those. I still like that about AAU basketball. It's like I love that. Like
Yeah.
that part right there is the part that like, ooh, you could tell in the warm up. You could see it in the eyes. They locked in, but that little nervous feeling too. Like I
Yeah.
want to do good. You know, you got the ones that you could tell is looking that way, but also you got the ones that's already confident. Where
Right.
they in
Yeah.
warm ups and they just laying that ball up and they just ready to hoop. They ain't worried about none of that. They're gonna take care
Mm-hmm.
of what it take care of. But that's like one of the things that I love about AAU, but also seeing all the kids just come together. Like kids from that was competing against each other. That this school don't like this school, but now they got to play summer ball together, and they fooling with each other though. They learning each other. I even love doing that in the gym on Sundays with a lot of my point guards that's starting on their high school team is putting them in the gym together, and they're all from different gyms, and I'm in different teams in high school, but now they got to build in the gym together and just know each other. You
Mm-hmm.
got one talking noise to him like, "Oh, we play y'all next
Yeah,
Friday."
facts.
I like that. I'm like, I like this now. Like that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that type of stuff. But AAU, that's what I enjoy too. Is being able to still sometimes you still see the rivalry in AAU.
Yep.
Like point guard versus point guard, they ain't playing on the same team still, and they still
Yep.
out here battling with each other. So I like all that. All that
That's a
is pretty
fact.
cool.
That's a fact. Now you just said something about compete for scholarship, which made me think about this. Like you have been a part of countless kids from D1, D2, D3, JUCO, like you've seen it all. What do you think should go into the decision making of choosing a school? Like I'm seeing a lot of kids trying to hold out for D1 because they don't want to go D2 or they don't want to do this. Like, what do you think should go
Hey,
into decision making?
it's different from when we was coming out. They better be careful
You
with trying
better,
to hold out now. It's something called the transfer portal.
and it's
Like,
real.
and it's real, so they better be careful on thinking they can hold out on it. I'm not telling them to just sign as soon as somebody offer them, but know what you're doing, but on the recruiting side, like of trying to find a school for you, man, find a family, something that feels like family, somebody you can trust, somebody who you know is allowing you to be you on the team. Like, but I mean, at the end of the day, coach is gonna sell you a dream too.
Yeah,
They got to
facts.
recruit you, like regardless of the things like things of thinking you're gonna just play out the back. That's gonna they can tell you that, but what they try to tell you is you got to work for that playing time, regardless. You got to become a player under me, regardless. Like I don't coach you to coach you because you're who you are. Like coach is gonna coach you for them, and you got to find a way to find that team that really trusts you and love you for you, though. And that could be a hard thing because I mean, like I said, you don't know what it may be at the start, but hey, it's hard. But I just think on the recruiting side of it, man, we got to take our time. Don't rush the process, but also understand that transfer portal is real,
Hmm.
and you cannot try to think you can hold on to people's scholarships and like they're not gonna just go get somebody else. But
It's
go
part of
go
their
on your
job.
visits. It's part of the job, but find a way to find some schools that really love you. Engage those schools. Look up schools. See if they got your majors. See if they really got some stuff that you really want to do at those schools outside of basketball. You got to fall in love with whatever school you think it may be, and if it's sport and if it is basketball. Me personally, on those visits, I had to walk on those courts and feel and visualize like, hey, I can see me doing this. Like this is pretty cool,
Right.
But it's gonna come with that work afterwards. You're gonna have to put the work in afterwards. But yeah, you gotta find your niche. You gotta find the one that loves you.
Yeah. And I
Somebody that
think,
feel like mama at home.
right. And I think like having a village is key. Like so many
Mm-hmm.
times kids are trying to make the decision on their own. Even parents, like there's a lot of parents that haven't been through this. So you need help. Like I
Mm-hmm.
would suggest like having that village, like getting that circle of people who have been where you're trying to go. They know the process. They've helped people and ask questions. Like
Yeah.
with you, what do
Ask
you think? What do
ask
you think?
questions.
You say what?
No, I was gonna say ask questions, but don't ask too many people because you can't get confused.
That's what I was about to go with.
Don't ask
Like
too many. Mm-hmm.
because one person gonna say this, the other. That's why I said keep that circle, keep a small circle, and those questions. Ask those questions to those coaches. Like get specific and ask
Yeah,
these different
definitely.
questions. But yeah, because person A gonna say something different than person B. Like, and for
Mm-hmm.
you again, like being in that village, what do you think? Like besides the training, like what do you think your role is in the village of helping kids get to the next level, whatever their next level is?
Like as in recruiting
No, just
or
in
just going to
general, like
school.
Martinez, like these
Yeah,
kids that you come into
every
contact with, like what's your
everything.
role?
Yeah, everything that I pretty much just spoke on through this is character building.
Yeah.
I understand the matter of respect for parents and elders, and understand how to carry themselves, communicating wise, but really standing on character, building off of that character thing because that's what's gonna get you in a lot of doors as you keep going. But also learning how to be social. Like you gotta learn
Yeah.
how to be social with other people. Like I love getting kids that shy. I love getting kids that scary. I enjoy them because I'm like, I watch how they be in like a
Watch
month.
out.
Like I can't wait.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
like that's so fun to me. Like sometimes it may not even be a kid that can even play, but they just shy. And then a month or two later, they going up to kids like, hey, you wanna play 1-on-1? Or they just want to introduce themselves now, or they
Yep.
talking to other kids. I think those things is what's building the kids too when they go off to college. Learning how to communicate, learning how to have their character, and understanding they're standing on their principles and stuff too. But that is very big is understanding how to get out of that shyness and learn how to just be able to communicate. You can still be an introvert, but sometimes you're gonna be around others, and it's okay to know how to communicate because now this world, man, there's so many kids that's so introverted and just spaced away from other kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they don't know how to just talk to other kids
Yep.
and build friendships. I wanna be able to help them learn how to do that, like learn how to build friendships with people.
Yeah, because at the end of
There's
the day,
so
they
many kids
really
that
don't
come
know
come
how.
back. Mm-hmm. There's so many kids that just come back from school. And I know they got cool in the gym a long time ago when they probably like in the eighth grade, and now they come back from college as juniors, and they're like best friends though. That just comes from them being able to just talk and communicate with each other. And you need that. You need that stuff in life, and that thing is missing big time, big time.
100%. People are on social media all the time, but don't know how to be social. Like, so
No,
that's key. That's key. And that's like, even like, so with this podcast, I go to different tournaments and I just like get content, talking to players and things like that. And I love when I get a kid that's like, I don't want to be on camera, or I don't know how to talk on camera. I'm like, we finna do this interview. Because, and they feel
right,
so much better after. Like, it's like, they feel like they just got something off their shoulder. So it's like, I love like
right,
talking to the kids that camera shy, don't really want to talk, or say, I don't like talking in
yeah.
front of people. Like, yeah, we finna talk. We finna do it right now, matter of
You
fact.
don't have to. You don't have to do that sooner or later. You don't have to. You have to give some type of presentation and everything else in college. So you might as well get prepared now.
Might as well
You got
do
to
it
go and
now.
get that out your way. Get it out the
Might as
way.
well. Nah, I love it, man. I knew this episode was gonna be good. Like, I already knew it. Like, I already knew it. We did not, and we didn't really talked about it, but we didn't start the episode. So we're gonna start and end with two questions. I normally start the episode asking, what do you think is different in youth basketball? So I do want to ask you that before we get off. What do you think is different in training and sports performance and all of that now than it was back then? Whenever back then was.
Mm, back then, for me, we didn't have a lot of trainers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's different now. They got more help. They got more help now than they did um, when I was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say another difference
Yeah.
that I will say, and this is a positive, a big positive that's different now is I see a lot of dads bringing their kids to the gym, and
Oh.
not just single moms. Like I see a lot of like girl dads and boy
Oh, I
dads,
love that.
and I think that's real cool because that's very different. It's very different from at least coming from where I'm coming from. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't I'm not so used to that, and I really want to get that shout out to a lot of parents, dads and mothers that are bringing their kids there. That's not just dropping their kids off. Also, that just being there, and taking their kids wherever they take them. That's different. That's also a big difference than what it may have been back then. Is seeing so many parents in their kids' lives like that. I think that's pretty cool. Like so, that's a difference for me, for sure.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, I always end with, we start with what would be different. I end with what would be different with Martinez? What would be different with you within the next 3 to 5 years?
Uh, hopefully be able to have my brand built out to where I have my top tier trainer and then some trainers under them where
Mm-hmm.
we done built up a brand to where I can travel more and give back on the side of just traveling the country and traveling outside the country and building up other kids outside of here, as well as still having my brand being ran under Who Grind Daily or whatever. But kids been able to engage the other trainers the same way they love me. And I think that's so dope and so important is watching the growth of trainers that's around me and being able to grow and become who they are. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully 3 to 5 years that it can be in a different place of where, I know my name will still probably pop if I just stay persistent with what I'm doing. But
Mm-hmm.
as well as having Rob and Lil Warren that I got under me now, watching them grow into it too. So 3 years from now, just being able to watch their growth and be able to be on the same playing field with me. I
Yeah.
just think that's gonna be exciting to see that
Yeah. Okay.
everybody equally yoked under the brand. Everybody equally yoked under the brand. I just want to be able to see that, see everybody succeed that way. So
That's dope. That's dope. Now, I'm just kind of like all over the place. I don't know. I don't know why. So I ain't gonna make no excuses. But we didn't do our rapid fire, so we gotta do our rapid
I
fire.
knew you gonna do it. I knew she gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
I
it. I'm
want to
gonna do it now.
I, I want to get off.
Now listen.
I,
Now listen, this ain't even no
Okay.
rapid fire. I don't know why I call it rapid fire because it ain't no rapid fire. But
Nobody been doing rapid fire.
well, we do it. But when I like rapid fire, is really supposed to be like rapid fire.
Yeah. Bang.
Boom, boom.
Bang. Bang.
It ain't
Yeah.
like that. Like we have whole conversations based on the rapid fire. So,
So
but
did
that's
you catch
okay.
one of them good conversations? Like,
And
ooh,
we
that was good.
and we start talking. So,
I
anyways,
like that.
until I come up with another name, or until the people listening give me a name, it's still gonna be called rapid fire. So, you ready
Yeah.
for this rapid fire?
Ready.
Let's do it. Biggest training pet peeve.
Not bringing a basketball. Not having their own basketball. That's a
Cause
pet peeve of
why
mine.
you coming to the gym without a ball?
Can I have another pet peeve?
Pet
You did
peeve.
this because now I got some stuff to say.
Come on with
Don't
the pet peeves.
don't listen. Don't come to me and tell me how long your day was and how tired you are because you just had these practices with everybody else. So now what? I just gotta let you just go 3/4.
Yep.
Oh, that's fine. Just rest then. Okay. Like,
Yep.
what is
That's what
that?
they want. That's what they want.
Those are
The
pet
nu-
peeves.
the number one thing every athlete must have to be considered a good basketball player.
Heart.
Ooh. Okay. I can go with that one. Go to a P5 and barely play, or go to a mid major, low major, whatever, with limited resources and be the best player.
Yeah, I'm going mid major to D2. I'm gonna go hoop.
I need to be on the courts. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm going to hoop.
Put me on the
Hey,
court
transfer
now.
portal. Transfer portal nowadays.
That's a
Mike can
fact.
go average 30. Mike can go average 30 at a mid major, and then now you're back where you need to be.
Best of both worlds.
Hello.
That's a fact. Pre-game,
Yeah,
pre-game
yeah.
playlist, or I guess I could say training playlist. What we
Now
listening to?
Ashley, what
I
you think I'm listening to?
threw the party of the
The party
century.
of the century, and people came over. No, come
Lord
on now.
was
You know what I'm
so,
listening
and
to.
it was
You
all
know what I'm
for
all
you.
for you. It
It
was
was
all. Come on now.
all.
Come on,
Listen,
man. You know what I'm
this
listening to.
y'all,
You
they
know I'm
be
on the
giving me
wave.
a hard time with the ride wave. I don't even know why I asked
Hey,
that question.
you know, you know what
At
I'm
this point,
playing.
we finna go a whole nother hour. I done got hype.
Yeah, you know they finna get mad. You know, and I saw your hands at the concert.
Listen. I wasn't.
He's like
I
this.
was. I gotta post the other video. But listen, I was trying to get
Ah,
his attention. I wasn't trying to look like I'm having a whole
hey,
seizure.
hey, your hand doing like this.
But listen, my best friend talked to me. He talked to me. He was like, "This is what he said." When I finally got his attention, because you saw who he come up to. Who he come up to?
Yeah,
He came up
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
He said, "Best friend, calm down. We just talked." And then he asked me how my day was. He was like, "How was your day?" And I said it was good. And he's like, "All right, I'll talk to you later."
I can't stand you, bro. I hate you so much.
Ride Wave,
Yeah,
sponsor the podcast. I mean,
man. You know it's right. You know I'm about to ride.
it's Ride Wave. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Last one, build your five. Who you going with? It can be 5 WNBA players or 5 college players. Let me hear it.
Mm. Like right now, players now.
In general, whatever 5. Who your 5? That's hard. We're gonna go with right now. We're gonna go with I'm gonna narrow it down. We're gonna go with current college players.
You're in college. I'm gonna go. Of course, I gotta go with Caitlin Clark, and she gonna play my two though.
Okay.
I'm my one is gonna be Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, 'cause I love Rory too.
My girl just tore her ACL.
Uh, baby,
Oh,
my baby, man.
hurt.
Let's shake up the world though. I'm gonna go. Let's go. Caitlin Clark at the one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Juju at the two. Put
Oh,
Juju at my
okay.
two. I'm going all girls right now. I'm my three. Who I wanted my three. That's where I was debating because that's where I want to make my adjustment with Caitlin. Nope, I got this. All right,
Okay.
so look, bam. I'm gonna go with the PG for Notre Dame, the girl.
Yup.
I'm gonna go her at the one. I'm gonna go Caitlin at the two, Juju at the three, and you could throw in dang, that freshman at LSU is cold.
Okay.
What's her name?
You talking?
I
You ain't
can't
talking
remember
about.
her name.
You ain't talking about Michaela Williams.
Nah, you know what? Give me number Shorty from Texas. She played like KD.
Yo, we was just.
I-
I was just talking about this
I'm
with
having
somebody
a. I
yesterday.
don't know why I can't remember her name right now.
I know exactly who you talking
Number
about. I'm having.
35.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, give me her. Give me her at the
Okay.
four.
Okay.
And then truthfully, me personally, you got to give me anybody from South Carolina at the five.
Okay.
Just anybody. You can give
Any
me.
of
You
the
can put one of they
any of
point
the
guards at the
bigs.
five. They gon' they don't it ain't got to be the bigs. If they coming out of there, they gonna play. They
Pick
gonna play
one.
hard. They going through the wall for you. But give me any of the bigs that's from South Carolina though.
That's a
I'll
good
take one of
five.
them.
That's a good five. I like that
I
five.
want mine to be a little different.
I like that
Sorry,
five.
Paige.
Ooh, you didn't
And
have Paige in there.
my honorable mention always gonna be Lil G though. So Giselle Mall.
Shout
How
out to
about that?
G. Hook 'em.
Yeah,
Hook
shout
'em.
out to G
Shout
for
out to
sure.
G. I love it. This has been a pleasure. Long overdue. Great episode. Fire episode. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you're doing for the basketball community, specifically girls basketball. I'm gonna give you your flowers while we talking right now. I've watched you from the outside looking in, and then getting to see you, like actually see you work. I love what you're doing. It's not too many people doing what you do, and I'm talking on and off. Like, it's really not too many
Hmm.
people doing that. Like, the basketball world can become very chaotic, very messy, very just a
Hmm.
lot. And every single time I've heard Martinez, like somebody talking about Martinez, it's been positive. And that's just a true testament to everything that you talked about on this episode. So
Yeah.
keep being you,
One, huh?
keep doing you. I appreciate you. Everybody listening to this episode, make sure y'all follow Martinez. Martinez, we're going to end with you giving the people some word of advice, whatever it is, whatever's on your heart, and letting them know where they can find you.
All right. So really, my thing is always going to be based off of dreams and attacking your dreams. So if you have any wants and needs out of this world and you really want to become something in this world, make sure you putting your foot forward and really push it. Nobody owes you anything. No, not your parents, not your uncles, aunts, nobody. Only person that's supposed to believe in you is you. So when you get out here in this world, make sure you attack something with goals. Turn your dream into a vision and make it a reality. And the main thing you gotta do is step up by setting your goals and go chase it. And my IG, if you want to go follow me on there, it's I'm underscore Martinez Martin HGD, who grind daily. So come check me out, man. I'm looking forward to seeing some of y'all in the gym. Some of the gyms around the way, y'all keep being some little hoopers that y'all are. And for the trainers, man, keep on pushing the game forward. Keep on getting these kids better. Keep inspiring and being an aspiration to the youth. And let's keep on doing this thing one step at a time each and every day by coming together.
I love it. Can't end it any better than that. I appreciate everybody tuning in, watching, listening, sharing this out. If you didn't share it out, share it with 2 to 3 people. Don't be selfish. Be sure to follow the podcast, like, share, subscribe on YouTube, and we will be back with another episode next week. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, share. It's just different podcasts, and we are out.
Yo,
That was good.
that was lit, cuz.
I ain't gonna lie, that probably was one of my best episodes.
Hell yeah, that's lit. That's lit.